That's really all it's been about for me throughout this process. It's being able to make my family proud, but also to be able to change their lives.
He can take the top off of defense anytime, and then return specialist.
All I said was I'm a big Cowboys fan. I grew up a Cowboys fan my entire life.
I watch Tyreek Hill every day.
I understand that. A lot of people have changed my words around, saying that's the only team I want to go to. But that's not true. I grew up a Cowboys fan. I have 2 dogs that are named Dallas and Star. Just to tell you guys how big of a Cowboys fan I was growing up.
I mean, that's what I said. Like me being,
I'd be grateful, to be drafted by any team.
I just feel like that even more elevates my game. 49ers, Seahawks, Broncos.
Yeah, so up to this point, I've been rehabbing my butt off. After March 9th, when I get clearance from my doctors, then it's full goal up until my pro day.
No, not the Cowboys. The Eagles, yes.
You'll be ready to go whenever.
No, former, yes. No.
I'll be ready to go. Yes, sir. Well, it allows me to do everything. This rehab process has been it's been gradually getting up as far as workouts with what we've been doing. So just strengthening all the parts around the hip, the glute, hamstring, quad. Just being able to be ready that once March 9th hits and we're cleared to go, then I'll be able to do everything.
It's been good since even when I was in college because I was originally committed to Texas.
Mentally, it's been a grind. The rehab process has been a grind. But it's nothing. It's not something that's new to me. I've dealt with my hand injury, my left ankle and my right ankle. So I sort of know what to expect going through this process. But it's definitely been a grind.
Not yet. TCU.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard because, first off, my teammates, I would be leaving a lot of the guys that I built relationships with on the team. But, with Coach Saban and Coach Sark, the guys and the coaching staff, I created a great relationship with all of those guys, and to be able to leave them, it was hard. It was a hard decision. I sat down and talked to my family about making the decision. I just thought that the NFL, I needed to move on to the next challenge, the next chapter of my life. And that's the decision I stayed with. Who's the guy I like to watch on film? Well, I try to emulate my game, after guys like Russell Wilson and Drew Brees. I text with them here and there, but for me, it's not so much what those guys do on the field that strikes me. It's everyone knows how good they are, but it's who they are as a person off the field. It's what they do off the field and how they go about their business in that way.
Let me know what to do, what not to do, and the ins and outs of the game.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I think going into the interview rooms and these informal interviews, I just feel like I got to be myself. If I'm not the person for the organization, then I'm not the person. I just feel like if I just be myself going into the interviews, the right team will find me. Yeah, well, Coach Cochran, he was a special guy. Yeah, I think
just being able to train with that guy is good.
He doesn't get as much credit as people give him. You want to talk about someone who's developed very deep and personal relationships with players. He's been the backbone for the organization there at Alabama. So it's going to be hard. Alabama's definitely going to miss him. Well, it's how he develops his relationship with the players. He's not just a strength coach. Off the field, he's someone who develops relationships with the guys, brings the guys over, cooks meals, for guys that aren't able to go home on Christmas.
people just, like I said, I'm underrated, so that's fine.
Yeah, I've been throwing a good amount. Not too much, not too crazy, but just trying to keep everything still going.
His size, very quick receiver, very fast. You can use him anywhere on the field. You put him in the backfield, and he can just do everything. And when you can do everything in the NFL, I mean, you're pretty valuable.
Yeah, as a competitor, I want to be able to play. But you look at a lot of the guys that are really good and a lot of the greats. They've been mentored, by big time quarterbacks as well and veteran quarterbacks. So, if the team needs me to go out there and start for them, I'll do that. But if they need me to sit behind someone and learn from them, I can't see what's wrong with that as well.
What exactly are you hoping to be able to do?
I'm a part of the deep ball receiving class, so I'm one of those guys. So,
for me, whatever team decides to pick me, I'd be grateful. Whether it's first or 32nd or 200. I'd be grateful just to get paid.
We talked to the Raiders. Miami and other teams that are rumored to trade.
No, I don't pay too much attention to any of that, to be honest. I'm probably not even going to see this interview because I'm going to be quite honest.
It's always good being around a lot of great players like Jeff Okudah, Jeff Gladney, Denzel Mims. Just being around a lot of those guys, it drives you to keep going.
Well, yeah, I'd say the chemistry with my receivers have developed because we all came in together. There'd be times, where we're just us three, Ruggs, Devontae Smith, and Jerry, where we just go in by ourselves and we just run routes and we throw to one another, hoping we get an opportunity to play our freshman year. We did, and it just developed from there. The RPO game had been significant, I'd say, for us in 2018 because a lot of teams in the SEC didn't expect a team like Alabama, who's, heavy run, heavy play pass to do stuff like that. So it was a shock, I guess, to our league, the SEC, and I think that's why it was so successful for us in that time.
We're talking to Raiders.
No, I haven't talked to the Raiders yet.
So Pittsburgh, yes, I haven't talked to them. Say what?
Yeah, it's been a process now. We went to the hospital at 10 yesterday in the morning. I was the last person to leave. So we went there at 10 and I was back by about 7:49 p.m. last night. So right in time for the informal interviews.
Did you learn anything from yourself from those medical tests? Anything surprising?
No, nothing surprising.
You have to be a sponge, you have to soak everything up, go in.
Well, I'm not too sure because I heard we have meetings with the team doctors today too. So
Taking food off someone's plate, so you just got to go.
I would say it's all positive. It's good. I've been aware of that, not from my own knowledge, but from the knowledge of my teammates. My teammates would tell me, "Hey, bro, look at this. The Dolphins want you." I'd be flattered, but as a kid growing up, that's like a dream, to have an organization, want you, especially the fans there. You get the support from the fans. It makes a big time. So I've been grateful to have them.
Really just how, they tried to test me a lot, just see what I knew, see what I didn't know.
Yeah, well, I've had mentors, so I'm with Trent Dilfer. I've been training with Trent Dilfer, and I've also been I've also had guys like Ken Wisenhunt, helping me as well through this process. So you're talking about a lot of experience, with those guys. So.
You said the Browns? No, I haven't.
Well, I actually hadn't had the opportunity to go to the Manning Passing Academy, but with guys like Peyton and Eli, I think that's something special. You create a relationship with not just them, but the people that they're in connection with. And I just think it's something special. I know their father pretty well. I text with him. It's pretty funny.
Him winning the Super Bowl and him coming to get me out of the sports when I got the ring.
Oh. I've had informal interviews, you know, with a lot of these teams, so that's pretty much.
You know, see what as far as anything running 40s, we watch each other, make sure I take what's right. It's all love. So
I think the lowest point was just at that moment when I got hurt. That was the lowest point. I didn't feel bad for myself when I was on the helicopter going to Birmingham. When I was in the hospital, the lowest point was when I got hurt.
Tua, when you get this medical clearance on March 9th, specifically, what are you hoping to be able to do, and what might you have to still wait on?
Well, I'm hoping to do everything. You know, I don't think there's much to wait on. Just once March 9th hits, we're clear to go out there, run, drop back, work on a lot of those things again.
What kind of teammate is Jedrick? What kind of teammate is
Jedrick Wills? Jed is a funny guy. But at the same time, he's a hard worker. He's very passionate about you know, his position. He's sort of the alpha male for our guys on the line, and you know, when something needs to happen, you know, you can count on Jed to make it happen for you. I'm not too sure if I'll be able to throw for Alabama's Pro Day, but I'll be holding my own Pro Day on April 9th. So. How did I get through that lowest point? Well, the amount of support that I had from my family, first off, was out of this world. And then, you know, from the fans, the fans' support was out of this world, because there wasn't people from Alabama, you know, sending cards or messaging us. There were people from London, you know, Singapore that were messaging us. I didn't even know they watched football out there, you know. So it's like, it's crazy the amount of support that we had. No, to my knowledge, my parents didn't come to Indianapolis. Well, you know, with the amount of experience that they have, you know, just sort of going into this process, you know, what to expect. That's been their biggest take. I'm not too sure. That's a good question. I don't know. I couldn't answer that. What would be the argument for me? Well, that's a good question. I'm not one to talk about myself too much. But if you want me to talk about the other guy, I mean, he's a competitor. Yeah, he's a fierce competitor. He's really good. As you can see, I mean, he's broken a lot of records, and he's done a great job this past season. Yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be a lot of family members out there. You know, it's in Vegas. That's where we had a lot of our family reunions growing up. So, I mean, it's going to be something unique to see. So, I'm excited for it. My thoughts on Jerry? What more can you say about the guy? You know, I think I've used up all the words in the vocabulary, but he's a competitor, you know. I mean, he's soft-spoken, but I mean, he's fiery. You know, you guys watch his tape, he's just the man out there.
You might have been the number one pick last year. Might have been the number one pick 2 years ago. Do you think you should have been able to come out when you wanted to?
No. I think the 3-year rule is good. You know, it's different. You know, with basketball and baseball, I'd say. Only because now you're getting hit by guys of this nature. You know, these are grown men now. They have to feed their families. They're trying to make a living as well. You know, so gaining as much experience, gaining, you know, as much knowledge as you can throughout your college careers from your coaches, I think is probably the best thing.
What's your best
Well, at that point, I mean, what can you do? That's sort of my mindset. I can't do anything about my injury, so no feeling sorry for myself, no sir. But I did feel bad when I went out and seen my team play and I couldn't be out there to help them. It was hard. It was hard to watch.
He's just very aggressive. That's all. He just likes to get hands on. Good player. I mean,
It's been right on time for
I feel like,
yes, sir.
People
Yeah.
are hand chosen, and usually the players that
Yes, I have.
are the guys that show up later. So
In my opinion, it went well. Like I said, I'd be grateful for any of these organizations to pick me up.
What's your best NFL rating attribute and what do you have to work on the most?
Rating attribute?
You're ready. What are you most ready to, do you think, to play in the NFL? What physical attribute?
Man, that's a good question. You guys are making me talk about myself, making me feel uncomfortable up here. I'm not too sure, honestly. I wouldn't know it.
What to work on? What are you trying to work on the most right now, getting ready?
Yeah, I mean, if the play's not there, not trying to make a bigger play than what it is. Take what the defense gives me. If it's not there, live to play another down.
Just out of curiosity, what made you gravitate towards the Cowboys when you were a kid?
That's been my family team. That's all I knew growing up. My dad's dad was a Cowboys fan, and it just trickled down the line. Oh man, I'm not too sure, but I've always wanted to see the Cowboys make the playoffs and win the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. I just wanted. I was just so excited, growing up watching the Cowboys.
Two good receivers in this draft class.
Yeah, well, that was my dad. He was the only lefty in our family, and he wanted me to be a lefty as well. So he switched the way I threw. I didn't touch the ball with my right far on, just threw it with my left. I don't think I'd be here, if I was a righty.
I don't really look at that.
My advice to my brother.
21 years old.
I think talking to him just, not too long ago, it was just to keep going, just keep grinding, just compete. That's all it is. Just compete.
It was influence.
What would it be like? That's if I'm not on the team. I mean, it would just be another team. I mean, I got to go out there and I got to help our team win.
What type of team would you like to go around with the organization?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd be more than happy to go to any of these teams that want me. I don't know. Whatever team wants me and feels like I'm the right person for their organization, I'd be more than happy to go there.
What are the advantages that a left-handed quarterback has?
The ball's spinning a different way.
I feel like it has to be very versatile. I can do whatever.
I'm not too sure.
Why do you think you wouldn't be here if
I'll
you
be a
were right
receiver
handed?
first. So whatever you need me to do, I'll be able to do.
Well, because I only know I'm good with my left hand throwing the ball. So
Stephon Diggs, Debo Samuel, and Tyreek Hill.
Did your dad want you to do that only for football, or was he thinking for other sports?
Every day.
yeah, so I grew up. My parents tried to put me in other sports.
I love his routes.
My dad wanted me to play baseball. I played t-ball for about a year and a half. I couldn't do it. I played first base and I played outfield. I played outfield and I was picking weeds. It was too slow for me. I couldn't do it. They put me at first base thinking I'd get a lot more action. I was picking weeds again, so it just didn't work for me.
Did you hit left or right?
I hit right.
What else you do right now?
Right with my right. Eat with my right. I golf right.
So you only throw with your left?
I only throw with my left and shoot with my left. Yeah. I was probably about 5, 6. So I mean, I wasn't too developed,
What's your feedback
I'm not too sure, but I don't think you guys want to see me throw with my right hand now. Yeah, my doctors have said that. Yes, sir. And I'm confident. Yes, sir.
Do you plan to play in the 2020 season? Are you ready to go week one?
I do. Yes, sir. Yeah. I haven't met with them yet. You know, but I know I'll probably be meeting with them soon. I had a good time, but solely because I got to spend time with my family throughout that process. If I was by myself, it would have been hard, you know, because I had to do so many things while I was down there. But it's been a good process. Yeah, you know, like I said, it's amazing to get the support from an NFL fan base like that, and it's special. It's special for me.
Tua, you come across as a really humble guy.
Guys, thank you. Appreciate it.